Hi, my name is Howard Snader, and I'm the owner of the Snader Law Group. The Snader Law Group serves the Phoenix metro area in all types of criminal law matters. Today, I wanted to take just a few seconds and talk to you about things related to posting a bond or release conditions in a criminal law matter. When somebody is facing a criminal charge, at some point, they're going to have to see a judge at the initial point of the case. That's normally called the initial appearance. If you're arrested, you're going to see a judge within 24 hours under Arizona's laws. If you receive something in the mail, you're going to get a date to go to court for the initial appearance. The function of the initial appearance is basically to tell you what the charges are, to set your release conditions, and then determine what your next court dates are. And last but not least, can you afford private counsel, or are you going to be stuck with the public defender's office? Regarding just the issue of release conditions, though, the judge is supposed to impose the least onerous, the least restrictive conditions to ensure that you're going to make it back to the court proceedings as your matter proceeds through the system. So what the court's going to ask about is, great, do we need to post a monetary bond? Hopefully the answer is no. But if a monetary bond is required, there are different types of bonds that can be posted. One would be a secured appearance bond. One could be a cash bond. One could be an unsecured bond where you're just promising to make payments in the event you don't show up. But for purposes of this video, let's talk about having a monetary bond to post. When you post the bond, let's hypothetically say it's a $10,000 bond. That means you literally have to post a $10,000 bond with the clerk of the court to get you out of custody. You post that money, and in posting that money, they alert the jail will release you, usually within a few hours. What happens if you don't have the $10,000? You have a couple of options. One is try and get a pool of people together to get the money, or two, go to a bonding company. They will work with you. Now, a bonding company is actually controlled under the insurance laws in Arizona. The majority of bond companies will charge you a 10% fee. That's not refundable. That's their cost of doing business. So on a $10,000 bond, the bonding company will require you to give them $1,000 for their fee to do the business. That's 10% of $10,000 is $1,000. And then you're going to have collateral or some other way to secure $10,000 in equity. Now, why do they want that? They're a business. And if the person doesn't show up in court, they're going to be required to either locate the person or repay the court the bond, $10,000. So they're going to want to be collateralized. They're going to have something in property, either money or a car or a lien on a house, that they can go after in the event that they owe the court the money. So be careful in going to a bondsman. One, go to somebody who's reputable, somebody that you see nothing negative on Yelp or anything else, because at the end of the case, if the person makes all their court appearances, you want no problem getting your collateral released. If you go to the bondsman, they're reputable. You just show them the paperwork at the end of the case, and they'll give you the paperwork or the collateral back. If they're going to keep your car as collateral, they may charge holding fees of some sort. Hopefully, they just want the paperwork and not the actual vehicle. But if they hold the vehicle, they may want storage fees, things like that. There are plenty of bond companies out there. Try and find one that can work with whatever you have that you can post as collateral. If you're using your home, they're going to put a lien on the title. Just make sure at the end of the case, they release the lien. Now, if you have the cash, you can go down to the sheriff's office, post the money, the person gets out. If the person never shows up, if they violate the terms and conditions of their bond, then you'll get notice as the bond holder, the person who secured the bond, you'll get notice that the bond is subject to forfeiture. Some courts might give you a break, but honestly, I've seen too many times where parents, grandparents, friends, they lose their collateral because they couldn't keep track of who they posted the bond for. So be real careful the person's actually going to show up and make their court dates. You know, bonds are just one part of the equation. We can certainly assist you in locating a good bond company. And then, of course, you're going to need somebody to work with moving down the road as the case goes through the system. If you have any questions about the underlying criminal matter or the release conditions, maybe even trying to get the bond lowered, give us a call at any time at 602-899-3720. Snader Law Group's always here to help you. We've been doing it for more than 30 years, and we'll find an answer for your situation. Thank you.